I could not believe this was happening. How am I going to explain this? This week was already bad enough.
Well, he looks enough like you. Just say he's your brother.
I see you found a way to cope with your grandfather's passing.
That's what you want to know.
To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's that?
Oh, God, no!
How to make it worse.
Who's at the door, Matthew? Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was
It was not getting pretty.
I had to think fast.
Reese,
Oh, we gotta move a choice. Okay.
Alright,
Move
alright.
a choice, make a choice. They're in your head. 100% they're in your head.
You agree with that, Zoe?
Yep.
They're all imaginary. They are not real. Reached out and poked Matthew on the forehead, making him stare cross-eyed at her finger.
Hello to you too?
Seems real to me. They're not imaginary.
No, you're all hysterical.
It's the shared dream. Quick, run outside naked.
It's the vapors from my grandfather's passing.
He's been dead for less than 24 hours, you know.
He was in that room.
When we were talking about it, like, the dad is such a dick and hated his dad so much, where they're like, we were talking about it as though he's got a fucking device hooked up to the grandfather's pacemaker. So the moment he dropped dead, he just kicked in the door of his house, like, I know you're dead. Come on, Dad, we're going to the cemetery. And he buried him himself.
Just like as soon as it goes off, it's just like, celebration time, come on! And just fucking balloons and disco lights all around the mansion. Meanwhile, the grandfather's just lying there like, I'm not dead yet!
I'm not dead. You soon will be.
Close enough.
It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder. I felt the tension in my body almost fade away. Oh no, they're sucking me dry again. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me.
We must apologize, ladies. We know the situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
Music.
Sound.
Stock music. I stared... We can't place it yet, but you feel familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. Before I knew it, I was led to the dining room along with Suzu and Naomi, sat across from me with their confused gazes. As Naomi and Suzu sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their own touched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests.
Whoa, this looks amazing.
Wow, you're easy to distract.
Thank you.
You too!
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meals.
Make sure you dig in.
But what are they gonna eat?
I looked at Naomi and Suzu as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal.
He's literally just going to
What do you think of the eyes, by the way?
I think so. I'm not going to say their names every single time. As they ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So, Anderson, are you gonna tell us what's going on?
Is that how they avoid saying your actual name?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is my harem. It comes included with the mansion.
It was my granddad's and now I've inherited it.
Yes. I'm going to have to break them in.
They've already been broken one way, but I don't use that way, so...
Woody and Buzz Michael.
They're a little too submissive for my liking.
Anyway.
We are terrible people.
No,
It could be worse.
whoever made this game is.
The voice
It's
actress
the voice-
of Yandere from Yandere Simulator. I made it.
Sweet. So Anderson, that's what's going on. Well, gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, We now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Yeah, where are the hot pants and bow ties?
They're not sized to them yet.
Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Yeah, something like that.
We're sorry if we made this situation awkward earlier.
I do
Yeah,
like
I
the
feel
fact that they
Miss
can't have
Anderson
more
is
than
also
5
still
characters
getting
on the
used to
screen,
having
so
No,
they
they
just
can't.
fade them out.
Very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
And
Yeah,
watching-
because kids still do that these days.
Yeah, and watching Herlock.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
That's a fucking Sherlock reference.
Is it?
Yep.
Well,
I
we wouldn't have known.
I remember distinctly thinking that it was a reference to Greece.
It might be as well, but it could also be a reference to fucking Sherlock. Because the first fucking episode is about a lady who gets murdered while wearing all pink.
Oh, and they call her the Pink Lady.
The Pink Lady.
Yeah.
It could be both. We'll never know.
There's an
This
arcade?
game doesn't make any fucking sense.
There's an arcade, he says in utter disbelief. I thought those died out 30 years ago.
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
Yeah, good question. Oh, yeah, the party.
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
So just so you know, Eric and Sam are already well off the list.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, fuck those guys.
Sam was when he decided he wanted to kiss us without consent and kind of force it on us. And Eric just because he's a creep.
Fair enough.
Keep playing. Oh, you getting his phone? Alright.
He misses
And by
his
soon,
phone.
they mean tonight.
Oh, well,
What?
I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
So, let me just break down the order of events, Reese.
Okay.
Funeral Friday.
Right.
Moving into new house Saturday.
Okay.
Party Sunday.
Right. Yeah. That's how it goes.
Oh well, I guess we can help out or something, right,
I
Naomi?
thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
I think we do. I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. Who wants to go to the fucking arcade?
Okay, let's be lesbians.
Well, we already
Sure.
kind
You're
of
not
decided
wrong.
that.
This game's marketing is all about the 5 guys, but there's actually 4 female romance options.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
right.
almost been balanced.
Remember how I told you that fucking, what was his name? Eric? The dude he's always standing side profile,
Yeah,
reminded
yeah.
me of a Tokyo Ghoul character.
Ooh, that's very
Let's see.
close.
Tsukiyama, in case anyone's wondering.
I recognise, but also don't.
Yeah.
Then again, I only know 2 Tokyo Ghoul characters by like name. One is the main character, and the other is this doctor guy. I think he is. He looks like a doctor. I don't know. He's
I've never cared enough to watch the show, although I know someone who really likes it. I'm sure I know someone else who really likes it. I'm sure I trust these guys to be able to work everything
Thank you
out.
for trusting us, miss.
We'll have everything done for you by the time you return home.
Alright,
Alright,
great. Now
we'll
go
wait here
to
while you go
gain
get
some
your
relationship points with the 2 lesbian options. I was strangely relieved to know that everything was going to be okay while I was away from the house. I trusted the guys enough to do everything they could for this house party, so my mind focused itself on hanging out with my friends.
Don't forget the strippers.
Yes, that's very important.
Why do we need?
Hot
We have them.
pants and bow ties.
We don't need strippers. We have incubi.
Get more.
Go to hell and get us some more.
Eventually, I was out of the door, walking towards Naomi's car with Naomi and Suzu. See, they drive. They're old. No.
They're legal, right?
Suzu grabbed the entire back seat as I took the... What the fuck, Suzu?
Suzu.
Just
what the
like-
shit.
Lies on the entire seat.
The short girl is gonna cover the entire back seat with her humongous ass somehow.
Depends how big the car is.
Yeah.
Suzu was.
Yeah, it might be Mark's short car. Naomi started the car and drove off towards the city.
That's the same
This is-
goddamn
this-
thing.
Oh god, that fuck. Like, you can see the brush textures from Photoshop.
Yeah.
And that's just a real life image blurred out in the background.
Yeah, it is.
That's the exact same image they used for the dad's car.
Oh man, I have so much love and respect for these guys because this is exactly the same kind of art techniques that I use for thumbnails.
Copy paste.
Yay! After all that had happened, it was good to just go out and forget my
Well,
troubles.
since we got you out of the house, we might as well go to the mall and walk around a bit. We did just eat breakfast after all.
What happened to the arcade? I have been given
Why,
false
Joe?
information.
I mean, we're going to the mall. It stands to reason the arcade would be at the mall.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could have had more flavor, in my opinion.
Oh wait, did we just skip the entire day's events? I feel cheated. I was hoping to play Street
You
Fighter.
eat chili peppers when you're bored. Everything you eat always needs more flavor.
Oh yeah, she wanted to
Hold
name
up.
our company Dragon.
That was such clunky exposition.
Yeah.
So let me just throw this random character fact into this dialogue. That's how people speak.
Oh yeah,
right?
they already talked about how she loves spicy food. She
What
wants
was the name of
spice
our
flavored.
company?
She wants to make spice flavored bubble gum. Do you,
As-
so would you say you lean more towards Naomi's way of thinking that that's a dumb thing?
No, I lean more towards my own way of thinking where this entire thing is a dumb thing.
I have
It's a
to-
simple question, man. Do you like it spicy or do you not?
Are you asking me if I'm vanilla?
I don't know, man. Like, just
Alright.
answer the question. It's an easy question.
No matter what I say, it's not gonna end well, so I'll choose silence.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think we should go for Naomi. You already know my choice.
You never eat spicy things, Anderson. You don't know how it feels.
Okay.
Anyways, after the mall, what do you want to do? We could go to the Pink Lady Cafe and chill out with Kay. I'm sure she'd love the company.
I don't know.
But we
I
have to
don't
stop by
remember.
the arcade. They have this new game out called Orion. You get to control this guy named Isaku, and you're part of the rebel forces, and you get to shoot things, and there's robots, and...
Sheesh, we get it, Suzu, we get it. We'll go to the arcade.
You know, it's always hilarious to me when you hear people talking about fake video games in a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Like-
the video game that's in the video game sounds better than the one you're playing.
Yeah.
Also, can we point out the fact that the fucking radio station they're listening to is called Superstation?
Yeah.
And it's playing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Superstation, this is
Which
super.
went first, though? You know how popular Kay is. She'll be swamped with customers later
I'd
in the
rather
day.
go in the late afternoon. She has better options during the last hour of the cafe.
So basically after the arcade?
You figured me out so quickly, Patterson.
What did I tell you about using my last name?
Why does everyone use each other's last name?
It's only you. It's only you. She only does that to her to annoy her.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's like me walking around and calling you Noble.
They call you by your last name, partly because that means they don't have to call you by the name you chose, but also because your grandfather is the head of a huge famous toy company called Anderson's Toy Company.
Okay.
Well, let's go to
Cafe.
cast your vote.
Cafe.
Alright, cafe it is then. I can't possibly beat that. Let's find out who the fuck he is. Oh god, this
Oh,
cafe.
Jesus.
Well, I'm pretty
I
sure
mean, they weren't
it's a
kidding.
pink lady.
Ooh, they weren't kidding about pink.
That's too much pink even for me.
Ooh. We hit the mall and walked around a bit, as we planned before driving over to the Pink Lady Cafe. It was a small home-style cafe with lots of pink. And when I say a lot of pink, I mean a lot of pink.
Well, I can see that.
Everywhere.
You don't need to explain,
I
you
feel-
don't need to describe the cafe when we're literally looking at
I
it.
feel offended.
I don't know, I feel like there could be more pink.
The flowers aren't pink.
No, they're
Neither
not.
are the vases.
No. And these chairs, oh, ugh.
Ugh.
Brown. What the fuck are
The
these
tables
things?
aren't.
These lampshades are yellow. Like,
It's brown,
really?
that's grey.
Disappointed. Oh, that's pink.
Oh, that's just the teacher in a wig. The cafe was crowded, but we definitely caught Kia's attention as we walked
Hey,
in.
girls, hey! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Have a seat. I'll be with you in a minute, okay?
And there she is, as busy as usual.
Told you we should have gone to the arcade first.
Naomi glared at Suzu before leading us to a table to sit at. Suzu sat across from me as Naomi sat at my side. After a couple seconds of settling into our seats, Kay slid into the empty fourth seat with a smile. Aren't you supposed to be working?
How's everything been?
Crazy.
Maybe she's on her break.
Crazy with you. But I can tell Suzu's not happy to be here. That kind of breaks my heart, you know.
What kind of cafe is this?
The maid cafe?
Voice acting.
Oh yeah, look at Naomi's eyes when she's doing that thing.
What the fuck?
And cheers.
What the fuck? I feel like we need to just send this game to JonTron and she'd be like, just react. We'll be fine with whatever memes come out of it.
Oh, I'm sure he's already been made aware of it. However, Kia didn't have any known relatives, so it was always nice to see her connect with Suzu.
How about you, Naomi? Have you figured out your problems?
No, and now's not the time to talk about them, Kay.
Naomi keeping secrets from us? That's a first.
She holds more than secrets, I'll tell you that much.
She holds up that note.
Wow, that was not, my brain went a completely different place on that. I was talking
Where did you go?
I was thinking of those games. She holds more than secrets, I'll tell you that much.
You guys!
Oh Jesus!
I'm scared.
Why is that a why just...
Naomi got a new face.
You know what that is? That's a dispute with the original commission artist. And he was like, fuck it, I'll draw it myself. Fuck you.
Don't worry about Naomi, you can tell us on your own time. Naomi stared at me briefly before smiling in relief and happiness.
I wish we didn't already have a thumbnail. That would be the perfect thumbnail.
Oh god, yeah, I already made one. It's straight to you later.
It's beautiful.
Thanks. Kay giggled as Suzu rolled her eyes and groaned. Eventually the four of us just started to chat and talk about random events that happened to us. I decided to not speak about the boys and just focus on school. Oh yeah, I forgot about those guys. Truly though, it was relaxing to feel somewhat human again, without thinking about incubi or anything of the sort. Simply young adult problems was already enough for me to handle. Also, my grandfather's dead. We eventually... She was at the time, but that was 2 days ago. She's had time. She's had time.
She's grieved.
We eventually lost track of the time. Her lock heals all wounds. We eventually lost track of time and wound up staying longer than we expected, making us unable to stop at the arcade. Oh, son of a bitch!
No.
Before going home to a dress for the housewarming party. Kay, as much as she wanted to come, had other plans, but wished us the best.
You'll just have to play the game yourself to see how the arcade goes.
It's free. The hour of the house party has arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of Anderson Company to show me off.
Even though she's... Wait, hold up. So she inherited this mansion from her grandfather. I'm going to go ahead and assume that she's probably going to fucking inherit the company as well.
The will didn't say anything about that.
Okay.
Which means it's probably going to go to someone else, but her dad is very insistent on her going to business school and eventually taking the position in the company.
Okay. But why does he need to show her off to the executives?
Because he wants to sow the seeds now to build up a relationship with them so that they are on a first name basis with her.
Sure he doesn't just want to marry her off?
It is also a possibility. But this is not Japan. So
yeah,
it's less pronounced.
I mean, it's not Japan, but her first name was
He might
originally
force her
Mika.
to sleep with one of them. That's a possibility.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I stood in front of my mirror in my room, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. God damn, I'm gorgeous. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was my chance for me to see my parent...
To see my parents as a woman.
It was my test to see if I really... I don't know what that means, but it worries me.
I think they got that the wrong way around. It's a chance for my parents to see me as a woman.
Yeah, I thought that's what they meant. That's how I was reading it, and I'm like, wait, that's not
Something
what they
like
actually
that
wrote.
happened earlier.
Something tells me that people are good at... Whoever wrote this isn't very good at English.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably their first language, because this is so fucking Western.
Oh god, I can't wait for the fucking sequel. There is a sequel already. It's not free, but I would absolutely pay for it how good this was.
I thought it was free.
Oh no, the second one's not. The first one they sold the soundtrack and stuff to make money, but with the second one they're like, no, we'll just it's cheap.
Wait, they sold the soundtrack for this? The one song?
I don't know what else is on there, but they sold something.
Yeah, let's continue.
It was my chance to show my... Blah, blah, blah. It was my test to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubator to thank. But even so, I didn't have Dad guide me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me. Who is it?
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Damn it. Trying to find a cup or something so I can make a joke. Because it literally just sounds like someone going...
1 minute! 1 minute!
Apparently on the soundtrack there's 22 songs.
What's that so funny?
Oh god.
What are they?
And one of the songs is called Sexy Eric. I'll run through all the songs.
No, please, no. Save that for later.
Today was a mistake.
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting back. I'm going to move the mess out of the way. It's bothering me. Well, I'm ready, but...
What? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
Well, thanks.
Let's see what she looks like. If it's gonna show
Oh god.
any best, it's gonna be the same sprite as she normally has.
I was born in the month.
I was just trying to make the exact same joke.
You were merely born with the incorrect. I was molded by them.
Okay. Hands now, who thinks that she's gonna have the exact same sprite as she normally has?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
I think
the sprite in the bottom left is the same, but I think she does have a different portrait art very briefly. I remember her having a dress or something.
Let's have a look.
There you go.
Oh, they actually forked out for a new sprite.
No, they didn't. It's the exact same head and hair.
Yeah.
It's literally just a dress.
I'm gonna say that dress looks really horrible. The design looks so bad. And like if you look, it looks like really
Wait, who are you talking about specifically? Like
no, not those two.
Wait, you can just turn that off.
Yeah. He hides the interface.
Oh, okay.
For the protagonist.
Suzu looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like Naomi's dress.
All I'm imagining is her like doing Moore's lines like, so if some fly gangsters so if some gangsters eyeing your fly girl, just give him one of these.
Yeah, because apparently she's in the mafia.
Italian mafia. Yeah, makes sense.
As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's face turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. Wow, that dress is awful.
What?
Red does not suit you.
Wear blue.
You look hot.
I have a bed right there. No, never mind.
Oh no, the lamp was there.
No, it wasn't that lamp.
No,
it's
the thing in the
hanging in the middle of the
Oh,
room.
that's what it was, because it was turned on before, so
like
it just looked like a weird globe thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, you look hot.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
It was in my grandfather's closet.
Oh, crap.
Tears running down the face, ruining the makeup.
I've had it for a while. Yeah, sure, that's what we're going with. I just never had the chance to wear it. How does it still fit? You're still at the point in your life where you're growing rapidly every year.
Maybe she got it that year.
It's like, it is. Oh, that makes sense.
I've had it for a while. I thought it was 3 hours ago.
I thought it was a tight fit. I bought it at the funeral.
Where from? The estate sale.
They didn't even wear black.
I was going to say, hold up. She's like grieved and everything in 3 days. A while for her is probably like a week.
I figured I might as well bring it out now.
Oh, they changed.
Sudden tuxedos.
Yeah.
Is
But they
Damian
still have
wearing
their
gold?
signature
They're
colours.
all wearing their signature, except for James.
Wait, press
James
H.
is now wearing yellow.
Yes, you're right. You normally wore red.
But
like
everyone
red
else is
trim.
wearing their signature
Press
colours.
H for a sec. Like, look at everyone else's hands and look at his. Why does it
Yeah,
look like he's
that
wearing
is-
fingerless gloves?
It's not even that. It's like he doesn't have a wrist.
Doesn't. He fucking doesn't.
And his thumb is growing up the side of his sleeve. Also, Eric's hand is just literally down his pants. That's not in his pocket.
He has to be prepared.
To lob it out at all
They're
times.
where they have the same poses. They've literally their art must be like a PNG, like a PSD folder. And
Basically
they're just like turning
off the
layers
films and
off.
turning them back on.
Yeah. That's actually how you would do it.
Yeah. That's how they change the expressions.
Oh god.
They would have just a nude body.
I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby.
Oh, it's the grand lobby now. Not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the lobby.
Yeah, the grand lobby. Not like that other lobby.
God, that
Lobby.
wallpaper though.
Too many.
I thought the stairs was the same as the wallpaper for a second.
If
The wallpaper is
Little
the
did you know,
exact-
every single one of these scenes takes place in a different lobby.
Also, hold up. Okay, so I know we're ripping this game to shreds right now.
I'm loving it.
I
I'm
am
loving
okay
it.
with that. So in the background, in the panels at the top of the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
am I the only one who realizes that wallpaper is skewed completely wrong? It
Yes.
should be rotated, but it's weirdly diagonal.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It does look a little off. Like it should be bending more towards the camera, but it's not because it's just a flat PNG image.
Yeah.
Like even I would like make that its own layer and kind of edit it.
But the thing is, you can see.
But they did
all
do that in the lower foyer.
All the other panels
Mm-hmm.
are warped correctly. It's just those back two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Because
the
you know,
artist gave
and you
up.
know what that means?
What?
They drew half of this fucking lobby. They literally flipped it.
Yeah.
They mirrored it.
They
Which we
mirrored
were
it.
talking about them maybe doing for the outside shot, but the only difference there was that the bushes look slightly different on either side.
Oh yeah, 100%. They would still have flipped it and just went, I'll just change that. That's fine.
Saves so much time. I stepped out of
Why
my
do the
room
whole thing?
and waited for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants.
Whoa, they really know how to dress well, don't they?
Hey, I didn't say a shirt was included.
Or a waistcoat.
Where the fuck's the hot pants?
Get that jacket off.
No shirt, no shoes, and then maybe you'll get to go to bed with me.
No shirt, no shoes, and you'll definitely get service.
I was slightly taken aback at how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam.
Sam standing there with his hands on his hips looking like a douche.
Yeah, and a weird
Sam
sash.
is a douche.
That's actually a thing for tuxedos.
Yeah, is it? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You also noticed everyone but Eric has a white shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to be special.
yeah,
His mum said that when he was born.
Oh, they're all brothers, by the way.
yeah, sure they are.
Jesus Christ.
The youngest one, Matthew, is less than a year younger than the rest.
Oh, of course he is.
Of course he is, yeah.
He's not fucking 13, jailbait.
I
why
slowly
we
began to
call him
climb down the
Shocker.
steps with Suzu. No, okay, do you know what the fucked up part is? Is that the main character points out that Matthew is the only one who looks around her age.
Yeah.
So that means everyone else looks like 30 or something.
And that's the Twilight Way.
Yay.
The boys watched as I descended the staircase, one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt my heart slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts.
Oh fuck, my hair, I screwed it up.
As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down the final step, smiling.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Please stop saying that. At least make me a duchess. That's more dignified.
So,
Or queen.
are you prepared for tonight?
Are you prepared? Are you ready to introduce the boys to your parents?
How is this going to affect the story? Just like, oh, you ready? No. Well, tough shit. We've got to do the story, man. Like, come on.
I mean, it'll affect it a little. It'll give you relationship points.
I'm trying to
Ready
figure
as
out which
I'll
one will
ever
go
be.
for Damien because obviously he's the guy I decided.
So
we'd
what
aim for
do
vote.
you think, Zoe? He wants as ready as I'll ever be. What's
Who?
your vote?
Who wants?
What?
Who wants us?
Reese wants as ready as I'll ever be.
As ready as I'll ever be, I
Eh.
suppose.
I couldn't deny that I was nervous, but I had to try. This party was more than what it seemed, and I had done all I could to prepare for it. Now it was all up to fate.
I did all that I could prepare for it by going to a cafe and wasting an entire day doing nothing while my manservants did my job for me.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right? You have no idea how hard it was to fit back into this dress.
Especially after that cafe trip.
Oh, yes. Oh, that cake is going straight to my hips. The other boy smiled assuredly to me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. He was just standing out there for like 5 minutes before ringing it.
Yeah, we're just like, oh shit, we're early. We'll just wait here for a minute.
Ring.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I wouldn't be a father if I didn't do this. And he just steps around and he pisses on all the flowers. She's got to learn responsibility. This'll teach her. She'll have to revive them all.
I could practically feel
Fucking
my
Phoenix
dad.
down, bitch. Boom.
I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door.
Jesus Christ. It's just crackling with sexual energy. All the incubi are like just dribbbling at the mouth.
But what they go for, guy?
Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. It's the same clothes he had on earlier.
No. Slightly different colour.
They changed the colour of his suit from green to blue. He was wearing a green suit to the funeral.
Because he doesn't know
He
black.
wore a more funeral appropriate suit for his daughter's housewarming party than he did for a funeral. Okay.
Oh, he doesn't like his dad.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
My. I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
Bequeathment?
That's an awfully big word, Mom.
Did Dad
Yes.
teach you that one in the whorehouse?
Did you stop taking your smoothies?
Mommy needs smoothie. Alcoholic. Oh my.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
Why has he got elf ears? They all have elf ears. I've just realised.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure that's nothing and not at all related to the plot. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. I looked at the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their mind powers on them? They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
That's a pretty fucked up thing to say, Dad.
I'm pretty sure I made that joke.
They come with the... It's also really fucked up that he calls them servants while we're on the topic.
Yeah. The help.
My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a huge hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. Jeez, Mom.
It had only
Wait
been
a
a couple of days.
That's not perfume. That's vodka. You fucking splashed yourself with vodka.
This is Dad's cologne. I thought you two weren't doing it anymore.
They need a new daughter.
Well, let's get started making another one.
Well, she needs something to do.
My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
Why does everyone in this house want to fuck me? The power fantasy has gone too far. I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
That was the best way you could possibly put that. That was not creepy.
Yeah, actually, that wasn't bad. Well done.
Well done. Well done. Well done. You're still a dick.
Yeah, 100%.
Still a prick.
The world around me.
By the end of this.
The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? Oh my god, you have no idea how much I needed that positive reinforcement.
She 100% has daddy issues.
She's pushing!
He did just slap us like a day ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
right after the
he
funeral, he slapped her.
Fucking daddy issues.
And then he drove us to the house.
My mother was grinning ear to ear. She had plans. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy.
100% daddy issues.
However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
What do you mean? Could it be that thing that I speculated about earlier was going to happen?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
But why would the vice chairman's son become... Oh, no.
God damn it.
My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I'm 18. Allegedly. In spirit.
I knew it. Something was off about tonight. I know this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but there were continuing to be servants for my father's approval.
I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. As if time zoomed forward, all of a sudden the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I did...
Formal and business attire is the same thing. Just saying.